Welcome, Sagittarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Sagittarius reading. The new moon occurs at the end of November or the first day of December, depending on where you are in the world. It is in your first house, particularly for those of you with Sag rising. And this is really about your perception, your awareness, your orientation to the world right now on a mundane daily basis. So, new moons, this video was titled The Quest for Meaning, and that is, as is so true for the Sag spirit, the eternal quest to find significance in your life and to share what you learn with others. This is a general reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, there's information for that in the description box below, where I'm featuring a half-off sale through the end of this year. So thank you to those who are taking advantage of that. It really supports me. And your overall energy for this new moon is the 10 of Pentacles, or the 10 of Jades in this deck. This is about having it all, having a stable, rich, complete life. It doesn't mean that you're rich. It means that everything that you love, everything you care about, everything you cultivate is in play in your life. And that everything is up for your greater improvement, your hopefulness in that not only is your inner world of whole, complete stability and security evident, but it is part of your contribution to a better world. And this is important to you because this is a legacy marker. This is where you are determining the skills that you have to offer back as a result of privilege and opportunities you've received in your life, no matter how modest. So you're working towards generating abundance for yourself and others. In the 10th house, we have the Justice card. And the Justice card is in your place of social identity. So this is not incongruent with the idea that who you are is a direct reflection of the contribution you make to the world, a better world, a more just world. Fairness and equity are at the top of your considerations. This is the reason why you share what you've learned, the reason why you look for meaning in the world, because you have come through an internal balancing of the effort you've put out and the rewards you receive. And that has something that has been imbalanced in your life. You don't feel that you have received what you have earned or what you are worthy of. And so that awareness, that sense of inner balance that, oh, now I can claim this. I want to address this treatment or this unfairness in my life because I know what I'm worth. I know what is due to me. And this empowerment makes you capable of advocating for others who have shared your experience. So this is a beautiful indication of the idea that justice, fairness, equality, truth is your highest value, your standard bearer, where all of your attention is focused in terms of the impact you want to make. In the first house, we have the Tower. Wow. I will say Pluto and Aquarius is really all about this energy, and it has hit you quite hard. And by hard, I mean the blatantness, even the brutality of the enlightenment that you're experiencing is really an accumulation of uh, understanding how the structures in your life, whatever supports you've depended upon, are collapsing, no longer serve you. And yet, in your effort to build something that is more reflective of your ambition, something has gone awry. There has been unpredictable events. There has been sudden change, even chaotic change that actually allows you to see an opening to move things in a direction that does better reflect you. So as things fall apart, literally in many ways, you're actually seeing how much this surrender to the separation from the old, from convention, from the status quo is something that you have been building to for a long time. This is actually something that is serving you, that is highlighting your talent, your skill, your ability to think on your feet, to invest in your spiritual values and your principles in a way that you had never imagined. I doubt if this change is something that happened overnight. This is probably something that has been building for years. The literal change may have happened years ago, but you're actually experiencing the benefit of this social collapse around you now. And in the fourth house, the Lord of Staffs is the King of Wands and other decks. This is about your confidence. This is about your enthusiasm, your clarity that this is your moment. This is what you were built for. Your story, your effort, your service is ripe for the world right now. After plying this path of learning, this commitment to growth and expansion, this desire to widen your world, this breaking out of the cage of routine is something that has been uh, percolating within you for a while. And now you're feeling it's dawning upon you that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, that you have a particular mission, story, voice to articulate, story to tell, and that your willingness, generosity in sharing this, and that sharing is about finding meaning in the experiences in our world, not because there's necessarily meaning, but because that's what we require in order to contribute productively to a better world. And in the seventh house, we have the Hierophant. This is the house of your significant relationships. So it's so interesting to me that soul bond connections are ripe. And for many of you, I'm feeling that this may be with an individual who is similarly attuned to sharing, to sharing a story, of articulating a vision. It can also be with a whole group of people, collaborators, students, clients, that you are committed to this learning slash healing process, in that you understand that this is uh, it's a synastry, that there's no absoluteness in this process. Sometimes we are the healer, and sometimes and often we are being healed, even simultaneously as the teacher is being taught and the student is leading in many ways that is uh, ideally suited to your orientation at this time. Again, feeling yourself to be committed to where you are, where you've been for a while, but knowing that this is your time to be public, to concretize this experience in some way for those you serve. I hope this reading is resonating for you, Sagittarius. If so, please like this video, share this with others, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pulled relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. For those of you, I believe, who may be coming through a dark night of soul or may be in a kind of social isolation, uh, chosen, intentional, it doesn't, or a kind of retreat, a kind of holding yourself back. This is particularly relevant as I believe you've been sorting through your connections, your deeper connections, separating the wheat from the shaft, uh, um, separating yourself from those relationships and those dynamics in relationships that don't serve you. There's a feeling here that you don't need to justify your actions or rationalize them to others, but you do to yourself. You understand, you comprehend exactly where your choices are coming from and what your intention long term is through your deepest connections. I'm going to clarify the Tower card in the first house with the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this feels like this sense of unpredictable change, the collapsing of things that once served you. This has been going on for a while for you. This is something, the wisdom of which the need to surrender has long been evident to you, but how to truly surrender to lifetime patterns and behaviors that you have been so conditioned to accept as normal is something that is now becoming evident in this tumultuous time. The clarity is clear within you, and you are integrating the sense of having done the work in preparation for striking out on a path that will expand you, will help you to build something with others. You have a plan at some level, you have an outline for what this can mean for you, but it is something that you're committed to. It's gradual unfolding at your own pace. There is no rush here. In the fourth house, the Lord of Staffs is clarified by the High Priestess. Yeah, this feeling of this is your time, this is your moment, divine timing. You've been working on this for a very long time. The twos in both these clarifying cards is emphasizing that you've been working at this for a while. You've been really reflecting over your life's experiences. For many of you, you're integrating past life experiences, roles, and responsibilities that you now are clear that you're reclaiming. You've been here before. You chose to come here for a reason, and you're clear now about that reason. The necessary isolation, even retreat or withholding, is because this wisdom is not something that needs to be shared with others who cannot receive it, who cannot understand it, who just aren't there. And that can be intimate. This seems particular to your family of origin, uh, who may have always seen you as somewhat removed, somewhat different, somewhat retreating, uh, somewhat isolating, more of an introvert or internalized. So there's you've given up trying to make it clear, explain, rationalize. Although throughout these years of incubation and doing the work of challenging the behaviors that you don't like, separating those from the individuals, the behaviors that don't serve you, that do not put you in a place where you can give generously. And that is what is natural to you. Knowledge is something that is earned. It isn't something that you can pay for, that you can buy. And this is something that you are uniquely attuned to at this time. This is your moment to share what you have in your own unique way. In the seventh house, the Hierophant is clarified by the moon. There's more and more evidence of the world of your unconscious, your subconscious alliances, support, experiences, your ancestry that are more and more evident in the relationships that you're building. You have a very active relationship with ancestors. I would say a council of uh, elders, however you want to describe them. You have a team, a spirit team that you are getting to know, that you consciously ask for help from, that you connect with through your dream life at will. You're realizing how much energy that you have from experiences in this life, lessons learned, and from other lives. This is continuing to come through for you, Sagittarius, that you can rely on, that help you gain that moment, that stillness, that peace of soul that allows you to look within productively, where you get your marching orders. For many of you, the marching orders, it's almost like you're going to school when you dream. At least that's the way I experience it. It feels like you often go and you get assignments and you carry them out, sometimes in your dream life, sometimes in the real world. So this is deeply a deep commitment you have to continuing this work, perhaps elevating your own energies to the level of being part of a council or spirit team for others. In the 10th house, the Justice card is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, and you are willing to do whatever it is that you need to do to start fresh on this path. You're opened up to this incredible transformation you're experiencing, and you know it's going to require work. You're rolling up your sleeves. You're beginning with a beginner's mind, despite the wealth of knowledge you have, despite the wisdom you've gained. You know that in order to make this real, to build something on earth, to create resources that others can access in a just society, you have to be willing to do what is necessary. And you're willing to do that. I'm going to finish off this reading with a flora and fauna of Africa and hope that this reading has been insightful to you. I will link a video that you might be interested in looking at up top at the end of this video. It's also linked in the description box below. And I pulled the golden crowned bat, and the keyword is rebirth. A major transition is underway. This new situation may require some sacrifices, but it will be worth it. Thank you so much, my loving Sagittariuses. Until next time, namaste.